Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Cash Grab podcast, where we go through different franchises that have been turned into video games or vice versa and discuss whether they are a cash grab or are they not. My name is Tom.
And I'm Steph.
And today we come to you in quarantine, but together.
Tell you what, mate, it's a hell of a lot easier to back and
lot
forth each other, isn't
easier,
it, when we're not over Discord.
It's a lot easier. It's a pleasure as well.
Yeah, there's always that. You listen back to the quarantine episodes, and there's always my name's Tom,
and I'm Steph.
There's always that gap, but now it's a lot easier to.
And then on that one occasion we had Dan in,
he just came in early, didn't he?
Yeah, number one, he just jumped the fuck in and was like, I run this podcast. Yeah. But second of all, every time we have Dan on, one thing goes through my mind. And is he going to call himself Dan or is he going to call himself Daniel? And I'm like, which is it today?
What's it going to be today?
And I'm Dan. Oh, no you'll.
Dan. No you'll today. So have you been?
Yeah, all right, I suppose.
Been playing anything different?
Probably from last time we spoke, I bought Battlefront 2 and that's all I've been playing.
Fair.
I've been playing the shit out of it. The bollocks out of it, Steph.
And you're enjoying it?
I love it to bits, but literally as soon as I bought it, they released an update. I think they released an update 3 days after I bought it. And then with that, they said, that's our final update. We're no longer supporting this. And I was like, for fuck's sake. Like, I've sunk 2 hours into it, for Christ's sake. And it died. And then the community tried to sign a petition. They got quite a few votes for continued support. Like a few... I don't know, about 100,000 or something.
Oh, wow.
But then EA were just like, nah, piss off, we're done with this.
We're not earning money from it anymore, go away.
There was something about that though. So apparently one of the heroes they had in development was Padme.
Oh, fuck. What, with her little laser pistol?
Yes,
yeah.
with her little laser pistol. And so that was meant to be one of the heroes in development. So that was someone that's on the cards. And then they've obviously shut it down, so there are no more heroes, there's no more content.
Sure.
But one of the last bits of content they released was a reinforcement, so a special trooper that you can play as, called an ISB agent.
Okay.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that it's got Natalie Portman's face on it.
Is it?
Yeah, so they obviously used what they were going to use for Padme. They obviously used that, and they would just stick a fucking helmet on her and give her some dual wielding blasters and call her a fucking ISB agent, and that'll do.
Do you think they couldn't get the rights to Natalie Portman?
Nah, I mean, if they got the rights for, I was going to say, if they got the rights for Yoda.
Yeah, he's notoriously difficult to get the rights for.
Exactly, he's a real curmudgeon. But nah, because they've literally got the appearance of everyone, like Harrison Ford, the guy who played Lando. Actually, Thingy doesn't look like her.
Who?
Carrie Fisher, Leia.
Oh, yeah.
Leia doesn't look like Carrie Fisher. Luke looks spot on. Harrison Ford, as Han Solo, looks spot on. But they've got the young one as well. You know Solo the movie?
Oh, yeah.
You can get a skin of the younger actor who played young Solo.
Solo, yeah.
And you can get... Is it Donald Glover, which played young Lando?
No, young Lando was... Oh, you've thrown me now. It's because it's Donald... He was in Community, wasn't he? He's the guy that made Glover? Atlanta. It's Donald Glover.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. You completely threw me there.
It's him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can get
Childish Gambino.
That.
That's his music name.
That's why people keep saying it. You can get him as your skin.
Yeah.
Now I've looked up a couple of YouTube videos of Battlefront 2.
I'd be tempted to play it now. I love him. He's great.
Yeah, well, I get YouTube video recommendations of Battlefront 2, and it's this is how you play as Lando Childish Gambino edition. But obviously that didn't make any sense to me. So it's obviously some sort of fucking noob gibberish I don't understand. But that makes a lot of sense now. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that is what I've been playing. How about you, Steph?
I have been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You have, haven't you?
I have.
Smashing it to pieces.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Smashing Final Fantasy's back doors in.
No, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, so Dan lent me his copy.
Yes. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Very good of you. Very good of you.
And I had it for about 3 days, and I didn't play it because I was waiting. because I've just bought a new 4K HDR TV.
We're looking at it as we're talking.
And it's stunning.
It's
and
fucking brilliant.
So
backlit as well. Beautiful thing.
Oh, I added that.
Yeah.
But to give context for people, my old one was a 32-inch just normal 1080p TV.
Yes.
And basically I thought, what better way to break in this 4K HDR TV, which I know isn't a new thing because everyone's got them left, right and centre now, but it's new for me. What better way to break it in than Final Fantasy VII Remake? So I had the game
very true
sat there for 3 days and didn't touch it.
I
think I'd done well.
You really avoided temptation there. I do applaud that.
Didn't even boot it up. I wanted it all on the new screen. And I'll tell you what, mate, I'm fucking glad I did. Because my God, is it good.
I had the pleasure of sitting through Chapter 4 as Steph played it. And I will say that I've never been so gobsmacked, both for a game being so beautiful, so stunning to look at and play, but also just for sheer mental. Like, what is that about?
It was the best Road Rash game I've played.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, since Road Rash.
Yeah. Yeah. It was mental. But that guy Roach, like, I don't know how you can lift a bike of that caliber off the floor and backflip and land back on your 2 tires, but you've only lifted off the floor about 4 foot. It shouldn't be possible. I'm so glad it is in that world.
It's so
it's
good.
It's a beautiful thing. I was sold on it since then.
Yeah, like I said to you, I do have a couple of problems with it, but the game just makes me forget that I've got the problems with it.
Which is what a game should do. A good game should do.
Like you finish the task and it does say, do you want, like you finish the little side quest and then it comes up saying, side quest done, do you want to return? And you can say yes or no. I never want to say yes because I don't like the idea of just teleporting back. I feel like I should
see
run
the
back,
world, yeah.
which is my fault because the game is literally going, we will put you back where you need to be now. You can save yourself a few minutes from running around, but the music, so good that I will just happily run around and listen to that.
And
music.
especially if the environments are beautiful and you've got stunning music playing, like what more do you need?
It is great.
That puts me in mind of The Witcher. Because Witcher 3, that's what I would always do. I would avoid fast travel half the time and just go on, like, jump on Roach and skedaddle across the countryside.
Yeah, it's rare that you find a game like that.
Yeah, I don't want to look at a loading screen for, well, they can be quite long on The Witcher, can't they? 20 seconds.
Yeah, fuck. Imagine, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
The only thing that does get annoying, though, is these little corridors you have to squeeze down. I know Dan mentioned it. But now I'm here.
Yeah, Dan's theory is right.
Why make me squeeze through a corridor? Like, I understand you're loading the next scene and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I get it. But why make me have to hold down up on the D-pad? Because then,
I didn't realise they did that.
Yeah, so then, you can't just quickly get your phone out and check a text or just go and make a cup of tea whilst he gets his way through. You have to then... I mean, none of them take long enough that you can go make a cup of tea. Like, that is very intense.
I was going to say.
That's very extreme. They literally take all of 5 seconds. But you are just like, for those 5 seconds, you're like, fuck's sake, can I not just let go of up? But it does do this thing, which I've noticed, where halfway through it seems to, stop. So you have to let go of up and press up again, and he carries on. And I'm like, is this a way of... It hasn't quite loaded yet. Stop him. And then that time where it takes you to realise that you're not moving. You need to let go and press it again. Is enough for the game to kind of load the rest of the textures in. But that's the only thing where I'm just kind of like, just when I enter that corridor, just manually do it for me because there's no. I mean, it's very lazy.
There's no real. I mean, it is. I won't defend you. It is extreme laziness.
I completely.
But I was gonna actually totally pander to that and be like, you need a tease made. That's what you need. Have you ever used a tease made?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what you're on about.
What do you mean?
Tease made.
Really? It's like a little. It looks like a coffee machine, but it makes tea.
That's a kettle.
No, it's honestly, my wife's got one, and she bought it, and she was like, "Oh, this is a game changer because I can have it on my bedside table, and I can just bring a cup up the night before, and then when I wake up in the morning, my tea bag's already in there, and I can just press the button. It makes me a cup of tea.
So it just makes instant hot water. Because if you put a mug and a tea bag under it, then
Oh yeah, you put
it's
your
basically just an instant hot water machine.
but it does milk.
Oh, right, fair enough.
It has
so
a
it just-
separate
it
nozzle, so
spurts-
you can do your like
spurts
little.
a little bit of milk in.
Yeah, that's all it is. So it's basically instant hot water.
Instant hot
so you
water.
Can, so it's not,
Pressurised
it's,
water
so
and
it's-
milk
So
dispenser.
it's not just tea. You can also make coffee. So it's just. So basically, she was like, "Oh, it's a game changer because now I don't have to go through the fuss of like walking down my stairs." I was like, "All right, fair enough." And then this one morning, I woke up in a start, like because all I heard was. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I thought the world was collapsing, and it was her fucking tease mate. And she was like, "In my defense, I didn't know it was this loud." and it was just going. It was all, and I was
So
like,
it wakes you up at the start.
Yeah,
then,
I was
does it?
like, all of that for a bit of hot water. That's mental.
Yeah, well, pressurized like hot water does take like a lot of noise, like
You're telling
from a
me?
cheap machine as well.
Oh, it is a cheap machine. It's a proper cheap machine. She put what was great about it is like those sorts of machines have like a little grill, so when you take your cup away, it can just drip into the grill.
Yeah.
when she put her cup on the grill just collapsed. And she was like, well, "That's pointless, isn't it? Like that's a waste. It just broke." So the grill can't take the weight of an empty cup.
Yeah, not a full one.
So actually, don't buy a teas made. But
No,
Final
you know
Fantasy
what?
7 sounds great, mate.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
So
Can't wait to play it more.
I
But today-
can't wait to see more.
We're talking about The Incredibles.
We are so from an incredible game to incredible people. But first,
So for anyone who's new to the show, we do 30 minutes of the film and
Yes.
then 30 minutes of the game based on the film
yes,
and decide whether the game's a cash grab or not.
yes.
Now, we are going to do The Incredibles. Right? I don't know why Tom's got the giggles so much, but he's gone. So we're going to do The Incredibles, which came out in 2004.
Yeah,
And it was Disney Pixar.
it was. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Just keep going.
Carry the show. So The Incredibles came out October 2004.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you see this in cinema or did you?
I don't think I saw this in cinema. I did have it on DVD, and I watched it quite religiously.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones, and it was the same thing. It's the same with a lot of Pixar movies, to be honest. It's like it's like Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. I used to just sleep to them every night when I was a teenager.
So a 16-year-old would just put on The Incredibles.
I'll just put
and
on
fall
Finding
asleep.
Nemo or Incredibles or something like that because I just found them
But
incredibly
would you
easy.
skip the first scene of Finding Nemo? You couldn't sleep after seeing that harrowing shit, could you?
No, it's all right for me. It was fine.
That was a
for
bit
me.
of Muslim.
I think I watched it so many times that I just became immune to what's his dad's name? Marlon.
Marlon.
I became immune to Marlon's
What was his
sorrows.
mum's name? Coral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Feels...
God, that's a good memory.
Yeah, mate.
Who remembers Nemo's mum's name?
I literally can't remember like
dies.
people's birthdays, but like I remember a fish's name who dies within 5 minutes of the film. Why?
Mate, that's unbelievable. Oh my God. So no, I have watched it a number of times, but I didn't go to the cinema. How about you?
I don't think I went to the cinema for it.
No.
I don't remember going to cinema for it anyway, but yes, I also had it on DVD and that.
Yeah.
I used to watch it all the time as well. I loved it. It's
Yep.
the best Fantastic Four film yet.
It is, isn't it?
It is,
It
yeah.
really
It really
is.
is the best Fantastic
Yeah.
Four film.
Absolutely.
And it's class, isn't it?
It is. It's fantastic. And rewatching it this time, so I suppose let's jump into it. So rewatching it this time, we won't go through every single aspect of the half an hour we watched, but it just starts with like you're engaged from the first second.
Yeah.
It jumps right in, but also it's like a laugh a minute. Like
Yeah.
there's it, but it didn't stop for the half an hour we watched it.
No.
We were honestly constantly finding it funny, constantly finding it engaging. it didn't let up. It was a winner, at least for the half an hour we watched it was. So it starts off with Mr. Incredible, and he's just driving a little car. Obviously, at this moment in time, we don't know he's Mr. Incredible. He's just driving along.
I mean, you do. He's all over the front poster.
Yes. So Mr. Incredible's just driving along, just doing a bit of Sunday driving by the looks of it. He doesn't seem to be going any particular way.
Well, he's going to a destination, but
Yes.
this is a point we're going to bring up because it's definitely something we spoke about. But yes, he is driving to a destination, but he's not in a rush. And I pass the conversation back over to you. What did we say? What did we say about it being easier without the Discord? And then
it's more complicated. It's much more complicated. So he's driving along, and he's in like a tux or a suit, and he's obviously tapped into the police radio at some point because he's getting little transmissions, and he's off doing little bits. So basically, it's initially like saving a cat from a tree, as an odd job. But then there are these smugglers who are on the run from the police, and they've just done a bank heist or something. And he's juggling all these balls at the same time. But every time he's kind of going along to do a heroic act, he's saying, "Oh yeah, I can do that. There's still time."
Yeah.
So he's implying he does have to be somewhere, and it's relatively immediate.
Yeah, but where he is, when he is it's like maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It seems like afternoon time. Yeah, it seems like afternoon time. There's like blue sky still, that sort of thing. So he does all these sorts of things. These basically these series of events unravel as he's doing these heroic deeds, where he stops the smugglers. In this meantime, he has a little meeting with Elastigirl on a rooftop, and they have some flirtatious talk about might meet up later sort of thing, and and then they go their separate ways. But then it unravels into this whole massive bank heist, which is
Bon Voyage.
Yeah, orchestrated by Bon Voyage, which I think is a great play on both being French and being obsessed with bombs. Perfect.
Yeah, best name.
So all of that happens. And meanwhile, he's got this obsessive fan, this kid buddy,
Incrediboy,
who believes he's Incrediboy, but really us and Incrediboy's psychiatrist just know he's a very unhappy boy. He's a very unhappy boy.
Poor lad.
Yeah. A very unfortunate lad, I think, to be honest, especially considering the one person he does aspire to be alongside doesn't want him.
No, he fights on his own.
Yeah, he's a lone wolf, old Mr. Incredible. And so basically all these events happen where Bon Voyage puts a little bomb on Buddy's cape. Mr. Incredible has to let Bon Voyage go to save the child. There's a series of destruction, and then he has to save a train which is about to fall off a load of tracks. It's a multitude of events all at once.
It snowballs into a massive situation.
Yeah. And then after all of this, we find out why he still had time for all of these things. And it was that he goes to the local church, walks inside, his friend Frozone says, "You're late." He says, "How do I look?" He says, "Absolutely fine." Takes off his mask, says, "Oh, the mask." Takes it off. He walks in, and he's walking in to his own wedding.
Which he was late for.
Yes.
But it was dark at that point.
It was nighttime, proper night.
So was he just
dark night.
So was he... I mean, for your wedding...
Yes.
We turned up quite early.
Very early, in fact, because I was shitting myself.
Yeah, so we turned up very early, and we were
2.5 hours early.
Yeah, we were there for a long time.
We were there for a very long time.
We had to do anything.
Which I would have rather have been.
Do you think that's what he was doing? He was like, right, I'm going to get there 5 hours early, and I'll just sit and wait just in case. Although I'm Mr. Incredible, I am shitting bricks about getting married.
Maybe.
And that's what he was doing. And then,
maybe.
I'm sure if we were on your way to your wedding and then Bon Voyage came along, we would have tried to sort him out.
We would have definitely stopped him. No doubt.
So
no doubt.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was just like, no, I need to get there early because I'm panicking a little bit.
in fairness, if we called up my wife, who at the time should have been my fiance, and we said, and I said, look, I know it's our wedding day, but I don't know how to tell you this. He's back, and she'd go, bon voyage, and I'd say yes, and she goes, we can get married anytime. Stomp that hideous frog, and let London be rid of him. So that's what I would have done. We would have done.
Yes.
I can't take him alone. He would have.
Need your
He would have
incredible sidekick, me.
Exactly. So yeah, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time,
maybe that's what it was. It was very bright, and then it was very
Yeah.
dark when the wedding was.
yeah. So I mean, what we're kind of really loosely getting at is the only problem we had with it is there's a very small time continuity error at the very beginning,
Which is very small.
yeah.
There's
In
nothing-
fact, we're nitpicking.
Yeah, because there is nothing to pick from this film.
No,
It's so good. You've got Mr. Incredible, who's like super strong and all that. You got got Elastigirl, who's the stretchy one
Have you picked up on the interesting dynamics?
of.
So what makes The Incredibles great is that not only are they unique characters with unique powers, but they're also intrinsically linked to family life. Mr. Incredible has to bear the weight. He's got strong shoulders and he's the man of the family. Mrs. Incredible is the overstretched mum.
Oh,
Violet is the teenager who is a typical teenager. She feels an outcast and almost invisible, but she's got her barriers up.
yes.
And Dash is the hyperactive child.
The ADHD child of the family.
There you go. So each one's powers are intrinsically linked to their character, but also their placement in the film.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Yeah. So but they are each so unique, and they're all great characters.
Yes.
Each part of the family plays such a pivotal role, in my opinion. Like the whole scene with going into the school and the teacher being obsessed with the fact that Dash put a tack on his thing, and he's like, I've got him on CCTV this time. And you just see right there, you see it there. It's absolutely epic. Coincidence? I think not. It's so good. One of the best things about it is the fact that Mr. Incredible's put on all of this weight, and he's just a mammoth of a man.
That scene when so the superheroes are now done with, and they're where are they now? Just walking with us.
Yes.
And then everyone's seen the film. If you haven't, go watch it. But that bit when he gets out of the car and then the car door's fucking up and he slams it in the glass and he lifts it up and there's a kid on the bike. Every single time that fucking slays me.
It's class, isn't it?
It's so good.
It is so class.
So Dash, right? When we were watching the film, we discussed why do you think they called him Dash once they found out about his
Before or
power?
after the fact? Yeah.
So it turns out his name is Dashiel.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna get my hold on. I'm gonna get my laptop to say it. Dashiel.
Dashiel.
Dashiel. One more time. Are you ready? We'll do his full name. Ready?
Go on.
Dashiel Robert Dashpar.
Why can't this guy just do the podcast for us?
Should we do that? We might as well write out next time and let that fella write.
Yeah.
So yeah, his name is Dashiel, which isn't a name I've ever heard before.
Dashiel.
So was it just a really lucky coincidence?
Yeah, and the thing is, Violet, the daughter, who is a shy, retiring, quite typical teenage girl, full of angst and unknown about her situation, her life, and who she is. The thing is, why Violet then? Because if Dash is so linked to his name, why Violet? Is there something about Violet that I'm not?
What could you call her? Barry.
Barry the confused child.
She has barrier powers. Barriette.
That's really good,
Barrietta.
actually. What's to do with invisible, transparent, trans?
Oh God!
Let's not get into that.
Get down this
Let's
road.
not get into that.
No, we'll stick with the Barry.
We'll stick with Barry the trans. Yeah. So Violet. Yeah, I mean Dashiel is an odd one as well, considering the fact that they are What's her name? Because he's Robert. Mr. Incredible is Robert Parr, isn't he?
Bob. Yep.
Bob. Yep. So Bob.
Helen.
Violet.
Yep. Violet. Dash-O. And then Jack.
But then why Dash it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very strange name.
They're all quite typically kind of, I would say, like Anglo-American.
Mm-hmm.
They're very English names, aren't they? But like American. And, Dashiell.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange name, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I know Americans come up with their strange. Sorry to any American listeners, but you lot do come up with some fucking bizarre names. Let's be honest. I've some of the fucking names I've heard Americans go, like, what the shit is that?
Where did you pull that one from?
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
So in our half an hour, we didn't get to see Edna, and I'm gutted about that.
No,
because Edna is great. She's the costume designer.
Yeah.
She's such a good character.
There are loads of great characters in this.
I mean, this whole film is just fucking great, isn't it? And
it
keeps up the whole way. Like, I remember this whole film, and it keeps up the whole way.
Yeah.
It doesn't drop, in my opinion. Whereas, like, as much as I love Shrek, I don't remember the second half of Shrek as well as I remember the first half.
Yeah. And Shrek's ending really just the whole ending of Shrek really peters off, but the first half is unforgettable.
The first half is fucking top notch.
It is, yeah.
This
you're
film
right.
Starts at 100% and stays at 100%.
It really does, doesn't it? It really does. I even remember at the end. I even remember the ending. We didn't watch it.
No.
I even remember the ending where Violet's stopped having her fringe in front of her face and she wears her hair back and suddenly people are noticing her and she a boy asks her out to a date. It's we'll go to a cinema. Sorry,
I didn't even notice. I was looking right at you.
It came at the end of cinema. Yeah, so even a pointless little, do you know what I mean? A little tidbit like that has stuck with me.
Yeah.
Which shows the impact that my attention didn't trail off at the end. This, you say, this stuck.
It's that good.
Yeah.
It's that good.
It really is.
Saying all this, you haven't seen Incredibles 2, have you?
I haven't, no. You have?
Yeah.
Is it as good? Ooh.
I wouldn't say it's as good, but it definitely stands up with it.
Are they the same age? Does it lead right on? Because I remember the Incredibles 1 ended with the Underminer.
And then part 2 starts with the Underminer.
Yeah, so it kind of just starts where the last one ended.
Yeah. But it takes such a good turn because it's Elastigirl is in the spotlight and you've then got Bob looking after the families, trying to help them, and he's then struggling with the fact that he's not the one that's out doing the superhero work.
They've had a bit of a role reversal.
And she's out doing the superhero work, and he's trying to help the kids with homework and stuff, and
he's getting frustrated.
Oh, it's fucking good. It is good. And just some of the bits from it, and then you got Jack's more involved.
Yeah, because he's found out that he's got every power under the sun,
power,
and he turns into you know what he turns into? The mascot of Flaming Hot Monster Munch.
Yes,
he looks just like.
I was going to say
Flaming
Ifrit,
Hot.
But no, definitely Flaming Hot Monster Munch.
Or Ifrit, 100%. Yeah, he looks just. That's what I always thought. I was if I could turn into any of the Monster Munch monsters,
you wouldn't want to be the pickled onion Monster Munch.
He's just a little orange. They're different now, though, aren't they? Because roast beef now looks like a.
You know what? I've got a packet of pickled onion Monster Munch in the kitchen.
Do you know what? I'm sure I think I can carry this podcast for 30 seconds.
Right, let me go get my packet of pickled onion Monster Munch.
I'm just gonna talk shit. Right, so Steph's doing some really important shit for us right now. This is 100% research. We always do a bit of research in the background. As I speak to you, I've got the Incredibles 2 Wikipedia up in the background so we can find our information. But this is key. Steph getting us the pickled onion Monster Munch. Here he comes.
Right,
let's have a look. I did a bad job of carrying it. I did. Oh my god!
I don't remember him looking like that at all.
What the fuck is that? He used to just be orange. With hands.
Now he's a yellow circle with a massive green mouth and a massive red nose and an eye, Cyclops eye.
Mate, I feel they really.
They dropped the ball on it.
Yeah, look, they've got them all. But no. See, which one's the hot one? So I'm looking. Oh God, turning. This is a Monster Munch podcast. So we've spoken about Pickled Onion with his big red nose and his one eye.
Is Monster Munch something outside of the UK, or is it only in the UK?
I don't know.
American. If you're American, you're watching this and you're not offended by what Tom said about your names.
if you haven't gone like instant, if you haven't
Munch.
done a thumbs down and just fucked off of this video, please tell us whether you got Monster Munch in the US, and tell us what your monsters look like in the US. Hope they're different to ours. Ours have gone downhill. See, I think roast beef is that one, but
the blue one.
No. Oh wait, yeah. No, Flaming Hot, I think, is the pink one.
Yeah.
But he used to be a big red, powerful fella.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And now he's just a pink gobshite.
They're all gobshites, aren't
They
they?
are all gobshites. They're just a massive bunch of gobshites. But they used to be really cool. Do you remember
Have you read the little description?
Go on.
Miniature monsters with big creepy heads? ? Or crunchy claws plucked straight from pickled onion beasts? Bite off each crispy toe?
Yep.
Or is it an arm? Nibble the sides or stick your tongue through the hole and let it melt in all its oniony vinegary glory.
Whoa.
Wow.
What is it about?
I love them.
They are great, aren't they? Do you? I used to like the mascot for French fries, and it used to be like a bird with sunglasses. You don't remember?
I actually don't remember.
Don't you remember?
I don't remember
You
this.
don't remember? Get the mascot for French fries. This is turned into a crisp podcast. Just talking about fucking crisps. Every crisp used to have a mascot. Those are the French fries. But it used to be like a puckered little lips. And he looked like a bird in a coat with glasses or something. And I don't remember what he was.
We're struggling to find him.
I can't find him.
You sure he exists?
I'm sure he did. I used to eat so many French fries. I used to love them. They used to be my favourite crisp for a long time. I think they're underrated still, to be honest, because nobody can tell you what they are. What are French fries?
They're just sticks. We're just getting like American chip, like American French fries.
Once again, if you Yanks don't have like our French fries in America, then I know you have loads of great crisps. You've got loads of great, well, you call them chips, which I instantly...
Yeah, Funyuns are fucking spot on.
Funyuns are brilliant.
So good.
Funyuns are... And Cheetos, which you don't find much here, but Cheetos are great. We should get back to the podcast.
Yes. So Incredibles.
Yeah, so like...
Do you want to start talking about the game? Should we end the film bit, or have you got anything else to say?
The only thing I'd say is that in the half an hour we watched it, as we've alluded to, like not a foot was put wrong, was glued to it the whole time, and laughed way more than I probably should have done. I loved it. Loved it to bits the half an hour we watched, and brought us brilliantly into the game, I'd say. How about you? Do you have any additional notes?
No, I think that is it. You summed it up perfectly. Like,
lovely.
Great film. Right, would you carry on watching it?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you watch the second one?
Yes, I want to.
Do.
I will. In fact, I'll watch that tonight.
Finish the first one.
Yes.
And then watch the second one. It'll be one long film.
Yeah, just 4 hours of...
4 hours of Incredibles.
4 hours of Pixar movie.
You'll
Lovely.
love it. So, there's no point, this smashed it in the box office.
As I think anyone listening to this would know.
1.243 billion.
What?
Billion.
No.
Yeah, so its budget was 200 million. This is from Wikipedia. Can't get better. So budget 2 million. And
2 million?
2 million.
2 million.
Oh, sorry, 200 million.
I was going to say the profit margin on that.
Still 200 million.
It's 1,000 times profit.
I mean, if I put $200 million in something and I got 1.2 million. Fuck!
It's like he's bringing up Dr. Evil figures here. 1.2 million billion. I want gajillion dollars.
1 gajillion billion. Right. So $200 million.
Yeah.
And it earned $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset with that.
the point 2 is 200 million. So it's a billion profit.
You've earned a billion.
You've earned
profit.
a billion.
I mean, you have to double it for advertising. So they've earned in 800.
Oh my god!
But yeah,
Unbelievable.
fucking smashed it.
Unbelievable. Wow.
And you know what? I've just realised, Tom.
You're doing Incredibles too, aren't you? I knew it because I looked down at one point and I was like, I swear that's the wrong picture.
No. I was doing
Incredibles 2 smashed it.
Incredibles 2 smashed it.
Should go back to Incredibles 1.
Alright, budget.
You'd be like, Tom, they made a loss.
Budget for Incredibles 1 was $92 million.
Right, considerably lower.
Box office was $633 million.
Once again, incredible profit margins, but in fact, it's kind of the same margin because you've got half the budget, but you've made half the profits it did on Incredibles. I can't believe you did the wrong film. This is a real professional operation we've got going on here.
To get it as well.
I was looking at the picture, I was like, I swear that's wrong. But I just kept on being like,
Well, talking about something they spent $200 million budget on.
Yeah.
Incredibles the game for PS2.
They can't have
It doesn't say what budget
that's
they spent.
impossible for PlayStation 2. Yeah, so Incredibles the game, like I just said, for the PlayStation 2 is what we have played.
So this is developed by Heavy Iron Studios,
which I've never heard of since.
who I've never heard of, and published by THQ, which is sadly now.
Isn't it Nordic now? Is it still?
It got bought by Nordic, so it's now THQ Nordic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Apparently, Heavy Iron Studios is still going.
What are they doing at the moment?
They're most known for their Pixar games and a SpongeBob SquarePants game. It says they're still going, but are they?
SpongeBob SquarePants is getting a remaster.
Rehydrated.
Yeah.
They made the Grand Tour game.
Grand Tour? What?
Yeah,
Top Gear?
Top Gear, the new version of Top Gear. They made that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So they're getting work. Might not be the
Oh, mate,
the
they
best
got a few games we're going to play of theirs.
No.
Yeah.
Go on.
SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie game.
Okay, yep, we'll go over that.
Ratatouille.
We will go over that.
Wall-E.
Wall-E, yes.
Up.
Really?
UFC personal trainer. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse.
Oh.
So, yeah, they got a couple. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start
South
getting
Park
quite...
Stick of Truth.
No.
Co-developed that.
No. It did? Goodness. Well, I suppose we better start getting quite friendly with Heavy Iron Studios then, because they're soon to be close friends.
Heavily featured on our list.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, Night's 100 Frights. That sounds a bit too scary for us, Tom.
It sounds far too scary.
We'll have to play that in the middle of the brightest day on record. Right, so this game for the PS2, it was also released on GameCube, Xbox, PC, Mac, and there's a Game Boy Advance version. Oh, ho, ho,
Fucking
ho.
hell.
Did you ever play this?
No, I was aware of it, but never had any inkling to play it. Even though I loved The Incredibles, never had any inkling to play it, and didn't really feel the need.
Yep, I be honest, in 2004, I had no idea this was a thing.
Mate, we had games. We had fucking Final Fantasy X in 2000. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What's possibly gonna keep us going? The want to get Tidus's ultimate weapon.
Apparently his name is pronounced Tidus.
Oh,
which
come
I hate.
on.
I hate.
I ain't calling him Tidus.
The voice actor for Tidus said Tidus, so I mean that kind of means it's. I hate it.
I don't like it at all. Hang on. In Final Fantasy X, we've really gone on tangents.
We've derailed big time, haven't we?
In Final Fantasy X, you can rename all of them.
Yeah.
But then don't they say Waka? Don't they actually say it? And doesn't Tidus actually say like Lulu and Waka? Doesn't he say their names? But you can definitely rename him because nobody ever says his name.
No. They definitely say Oren's name.
Yeah. I don't know.
Then they say Kamari.
Yeah.
I'm sure Yuna says Kamari.
Yeah, and also when you go to when you go to where the Ronso live,
Yeah.
in the big cold mountain, Mount Gagazet.
Yeah. Yeah, they call him Kamari.
They call him Kamari because that's where you find out he's been bullied his whole life.
So can you rename the characters?
I don't know. Should we look it up instead of just monologuing? That's confusing, that, isn't it? You definitely can rename Tidus. Because I obviously played for it once and then I just replayed for it a second time and just replaced the DUS with another T.
Here we go. Yes. Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy's first game in the series to have voice acting. Major cutscenes are voiced. As a consequence, you could no longer name your party members because the names had been spoken in dialogue, with the exception of Tidus. You can rename Tidus.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That does make sense. Fair enough. That's another mystery solved on Cash Grab.
Yay!
Goodness gracious.
That was solved in 2018. Actually, no, that was solved in 2000 and fucking whenever the game came out.
2000.
There we go.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So, The Incredibles game.
Right. The Incredibles game. So, off the bat, what I would say about it is it's very nice to look at, considering it's PlayStation 2 and 2004, it's kind of getting into the life of the PlayStation 4. It's been a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, but it's been around a while. So it's a nice looking game. It's nicely presented. It's smooth as butter. It plays well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I don't know how much you can praise it, because realistically, at the end of the day, it's a pretty straightforward, simple command, beat 'em up, linear level game.
Yes.
Which let's be honest, there was a butt ton of them on PlayStation 1 and there was vice versa on PlayStation 2. So even though it has got the Incredibles coat of paint on it, which is great, it links into something brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
In its bare bones, if you strip away the makeup, what is it?
Yeah.
At its core, it's not actually anything special.
Yes.
But it is just that coat of paint which kind of keeps you hooked. I mean, we had a fucking blast playing it.
Oh, we had a great time.
In which case, keep posted for our opening bid episode, because God almighty, we just spent half an hour pissing ourselves with laughter.
Yeah, it was very funny. I really did enjoy myself.
It was absolutely great.
It was lacking in combat and stuff. It was
very basic.
Very basic.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that you could play as Mr. Incredible, then you play as Elastigirl.
It did jump about.
And then I assume you get stealth missions as Violet. And then you're going to get mad running missions as Dash.
Yes, it does make perfect sense.
It does. It would be nice to give you a Frozone level.
That'd be lovely.
It feels like it's in that kind of game where it would do that.
Yeah,
it does feel like they're gonna sort you out, those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does start with the cutscene of the game. Sorry, the cutscene of the first cutscene of the film.
Yes.
Then it goes on a different route to what actually happened, which I quite liked. I thought get us in and then send us on a bit of a different adventure.
It's taking a spin on it, isn't it?
We're still going after Bon Voyage, but it's just a very different way of doing it.
Yeah.
I found that it did play well. I mean, the only thing I struggled with was that you couldn't change the invert of the stick. So
with the camera,
so it was just kind of that. But that's a me thing, because
the camera was your downfall a few times. I would
say 100%. So that was the problem I was facing, was that I was no good with that camera and I couldn't change the invert on it.
Yeah.
So I kept getting fucked by it, basically. It's a very simple game.
Yeah.
It does play nice.
And I suppose at the end of the day, if the key to this was that Heavy Iron Studios didn't want to develop an overcomplicated game. They wanted a simple game which looked good, which was nice to present, easy off the cuff.
Children can play, because that's, at the end of the day, it's what it's for.
Yeah, exactly. Like it can appeal to a wide age group from really young, from real kids to kind of like, teenagers and beyond. I mean, we're closing in on 30 and we had a blast. Like,
Yeah, we had a great time.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so if that was the goal, they did achieve it.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can't knock them that. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Like, I mean, the fact that we laughed so much about it was mainly due to just like, I don't know, really. Like, I think punching people in the dick from 3 meters away as Elastigirl was great fun.
Can you get more fun than that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think
like lobbing people into things was great fun.
It was great because they just slap it and drop. It was a lot. Yeah, it was great. But you said about we were talking about combat, and last episode was the mask, and the combat was dire. This one feels like the bridge between. It feels like the first step onto the bridge that is the Arkham combat.
And we did allude to that when we were playing it.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
And, everyone loves the Batman Arkham combat. It's
still to this day, it's a winner, isn't it?
And it plays nice, and you feel every single punch that Batman lands.
Yeah,
this is the first step onto that bridge. You do feel the punches, but with Mr. Incredible at least, one punch knocks them out, or he fucking just obliterates them off the rooftop. So, you don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah. But like, when you had loads of people running at you, that's when you quickly realised that the combat was severely lacking, because you were just smashing square.
It's flawed, isn't it? Hugely flawed.
And then like when you're Elastigirl, you press triangle, which does a big spin.
Yeah.
And obviously she doesn't knock him out because she's not powerful, but she knocks down the whole crowd.
Yes.
And gives you a chance to start grabbing and lobbing people away.
Yeah.
You could see it wasn't quite.
No,
it wasn't quite there, but it was there enough.
Yeah, it's going along those lines of that, the same as like old school beat 'em ups from like the 80s and 90s, that you have like a standard attack and then you've got like a special attack, which you have a meter for, either if it's like special meter or health.
Yep.
It's going along that, but games by this point are on a 3D plane.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't work in the same way as like a side scroller where things can just link up and you can do combos, and it's kind of like you almost get glued to an enemy when you're in a combo.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like enemies can surround you and it's on multiple dimensions,
and the camera's shit.
Yeah, and the camera's shit. It makes it muddy. So 1 or 2 enemies, great. You can get the feel of like combat's dead fucking simple, but it works. But then when there's a bunch of enemies, you're just like, it's just a fucking shit show, to be honest. Isn't it?
But then they do line you up in places as well. So like with Mr. Incredible, his special move was like a running clothesline.
Yes.
And quite often, when enemies pop out for him, they'll pop out in a row. So if you have the clothesline, you can just fucking run them down. And it was a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
And then like Elastigirl, she has the big spin, and all the enemies seem to jump out in one spot. You've got to get into the middle of it and you can spin them all out.
Take them all out in one. Yeah.
They do cater towards that character.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well. But the damage is something I want to talk about, because the damage system seems very strange.
Okay.
Because as Mr. Incredible, 1 punch, maybe 2 kills people, but more commonly 1.
Yeah.
I threw a filing cabinet at a fella. As Mr. Incredible, right? I reckon, Tom, if I was able to pick up and throw a filing cabinet at you, and hit you square in the forehead, you wouldn't stand up.
No,
I think that would kind of be a game over there.
It would, wouldn't it?
This guy took a filing cabinet to the face from Mr. Incredible and stood up.
Yeah.
And then his mate behind him landed. Like, I hadn't hit him yet. He jumped into the room. I punched him once and he died. What is going on there with the damage? I thought he would just. Yeah.
It is all over the place, isn't it? And it is one of those things. I mean, I feel sorry for the poor henchman, to be honest, because if you'd signed up for a life of...
No, they're fucking stupid.
Oh, I mean, their intelligence, I won't even get into it. Like, they're unquestionably thick. But where I do feel sorry for that one henchman is the fact that a henchman most likely gets into this line of work for the thrill. It's half money.
Yeah.
They half think like, the opportunity of crime can bring the opportunity of money. Like, I want to get rich quick sort of thing. But also like, the thrill of breaking the law. Like, doing all these things has got to be part of it as well. But then to think that, like, they think to themselves, oh yeah, you know, the opportunity for death therefore increases, but, you know, at least it'll be a cool death because I'll be doing, like, you know, something, you know, breaking the law and be just, you know, all of this shit, you know, maybe shot in a crazy bank heist, you know, a mad death.
You've said you know more than wacko at this point.
What?
You keep saying you know.
Really? I didn't even know. Really?
Yeah, you're whackering it up big time.
I didn't know. I'm really conscious of it now.
You know?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then
basically,
they jump in.
To then go into that life of crime, have that potential of a really crazy death, and then just get knackered by a filing cabinet, and you just be like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
really? This is how I'm going out?
That is bullshit.
And maybe that's why he stood back up and he was like, no, this isn't how I'm going out. And then Mr. Incredible punched him square in the nose.
As he's like, just like, he thinks he's being really heroic about it and really just getting
in his head, like, really good
fork.
music's going on.
Yeah.
And he's like Rocky's standing back up again. And then he's like, no one's ever going to do.
He's just
George back down again. And then Mr. Incredible lobs him out a window because he's like, no, fuck this.
He loves his overkill, doesn't he, Mr. Incredible?
Yeah.
That one where you, like, punched him 2 times, launched him up into the air, and then just volleyballed him about.
Oh, yeah.
You just, like,
if you can pull off the
about.
Mr. Incredible crouch volleyball hit combo, it is a lot of fun.
That is a class thing.
It's hard to pull off, though.
It looked it. You got, like, a good, like, 3 or 4 volleys on it, and that was impressive enough.
Yeah.
Solid, that
I
was.
think I've done all right.
You did great.
Yeah, it is funny. Like, the game is funny.
Yeah. Probably unintentionally.
Unintentionally funny. I completely agree with that one.
Yeah.
But the fucking henchman, like, so at one point you have to throw a henchman at like a little computer thing to stop the electricity. Why can you always see electricity in games as well?
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't really see it.
Although I suppose we don't really come to electric floors very often in real life, do we?
No, I suppose when electricity does, like, arc,
you can see it.
Yeah, you do see it, but I mean,
still, this was fucking mental.
It is mental.
Yeah, so you're coming up to an electric floor,
yes.
and then the henchmen are dropping down in front of you. You had to pick them up and lob the henchman at the computer that was controlling the electric floor.
Yeah.
So I fucked it up a few times and lobbed the henchmen just all around the place. And the henchmen literally just keep coming.
Yeah, just like
until
come out of like a
you're
chimney
finally
chute,
done. And like, I just have this image of the henchmen just in a line, waiting, and they're like, "Right, henchman A, go!" And he jumps in. Mr. Incredible picks him up and lobs him against the wall. They're like, "B, go!" B jumps down. Mr. Incredible picks him up, realizes, oh, and he's throwing him at the computer. Henchman C, go! Henchman C jumps down. Mr. Incredible grabs him, lobs him at a computer, and they're like, "Fuck, what do we do?" Henchman D, go! And then he jumps in, and then he lobs him at the computer, and the electric floor stops. And they're like, "Right, Henchman E, let's go around to the next window, and I want you to jump in and batter him." So they go around to the next bit. Henchman E jumps in, all excited and sure of himself that he's gonna take you down, and then what does he know? Filing cabinet hits him in the face, and then it just keeps going. Like, there's just an endless line of henchmen
of bland
until you finish. And there was that one bit with Elastigirl when I was literally just pressing circle over and over again. While I grabbed the guy, threw him, grabbed him, threw him, grabbed him, threw him, moved on to the next bit, and then the next one, grabbed him, threw him, and then the next one, someone flies up and throws bombs. And do you know what you do? You grab the bomb, you throw the bomb, you grab the bomb, you throw the bomb.
It's one of those things that, like, I get that there's a set piece to this part of the level that you have to get past. You have to destroy the generator. But then that's your problem, therefore there are solutions to it. It seems a bit drastic that your only solution is to throw a human being at a transformer.
Yeah, at a transformer to blow it up.
That's it. There's no other options. No. Elastigirl can stretch. She could just punch the fucking transformer from a distance.
Because if Elastigirl even gets a whiff of 240 volts, she is dead.
That is true, actually.
She is fucking dead.
That is true.
She can take file cabinets to the face all day long.
All fucking day long.
But she steps on a tiny bit of electricity.
Goner.
Fucking
fucking
dead.
Little finger in a plug socket. That's the end of Elastigirl.
I mean,
But a comet to the brow, fine.
she'll be all right. She'll be fine.
Absolutely fine.
No, but the deaths were quite good, weren't they?
That's
I had a couple. As always, when I'm playing games, the falling death was fucking...
Because it never ended.
It just kept going, and then it cut back into the game. it was fucking seamless.
It was a beautiful one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was almost
great.
to save us like the agony of what we would see a split second if it carried on, and that would just be the us to go in a bloody heap on the floor.
Yeah, but it was...
Splat.
So like the game's camera, just quickly jumping back to that. We said at the beginning, this game gave us kind of Batman vibes / Spider-Man vibes.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was a 3D rooftop that you were on, so Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Elastigirl literally had bits where you had to swing.
Yes.
So what they'd done was they had 3 orbs that you had to grab onto and swing through, right, with an electrical floor underneath, and then 4 of Bon Voyage's mates, or 2 of them, I can't even remember,
propeller boys,
throwing bombs at you.
Yes.
And you had to swing along with them. And then
It
you had to
goes
work
around
out.
the corner, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes around a corner.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you do it properly, because if you take a bomb, you drop and you die.
Yes.
And then if you don't quite press R1 when it goes green, you fall and you die.
Yes.
And then if you're like me and you press the stick the wrong way, which for you is the correct way, but for the game is the wrong way, it pans the camera the opposite way.
Yeah.
And then you die. So, and then that whole section, on the 3rd go, I skipped every single enemy.
Yeah, you just
ran
blasted
through
it.
them.
Speed run strategy.
Just ran through them all, flew around that corner, ended the level. So my question is,
what's the point in the enemies?
do you need to take out the enemies?
No, it doesn't seem like you do. Other than the fact that when you've got to throw them into a transformer to get past some
Then you need
electricity.
to take them out.
But that is it.
But
and
you
even
could-
then, it's not necessarily taking them out. It's using them as a fucking projectile.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, so I wonder if you could do a Incredibles pacifist run.
You've just fucking said it now.
Could you
Now
find
we've got to do it.
enough filing cabinets to lob at computers instead?
Fuck, you've set us up. We're gonna have to do that at some point. If there are enough people who wants this shit.
No one wants this
Who
shit.
actually wants this? Who actually goes onto YouTube and think, today what I want to watch
Incredibles on
is
PS2.
an Incredibles run, but not any Incredibles run. I want to see a totally harmless Incredibles run.
And then when I'm finished with that, I want to watch Incredibles on Game Boy Advance pacifist mode.
Yeah, and then I want to see them complete Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 without a skateboard. It's like, who asks for this shit?
Oh, talking of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Remaster, remake.
Oh, that should be good.
I hope so.
I'm excited.
I hope so.
I'm not... There's not
Because
straight away
why I'm
purchase, but
worried
I'm excited.
is because it's a remake, and that means they're going from the ground up. And although they've got a lovely, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is class. You can't go wrong with it. So that's a wonderful thing to work from. But look at what happened with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, whichever was the one.
Yeah, no, but the people making this are the people that made Crash Bandicoot 3, whatever it was.
Naughty Dog.
No, they're the ones that made the original Crash Bandicoot, but the ones that made the Insane trilogy.
It wasn't Naughty Dog that did that.
No, it's Vicarious Visions, I think.
Oh yeah, they're great.
So that's why I'm more up for it.
All right, yeah, all right.
I trust
yeah, that'd be good then. They'll do all right. Yeah, no, dead exciting that.
Right, do you want to have a look at some review scores for the Incredibles game?
Yes, I would love to actually.
Oh, I've just realised something on their Wikipedia page. We're going to have to play the GBA version.
Why?
Exclusive to the GBA version, players can take control of Frozone in some levels.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Which are auto-scrolling on-rail sequences. That is sad because I really wanted to be able to take control of
If you can
Frozone.
add the capacity to have Frozone in a Game Boy Advance, if it's on rails, you can do, even if it's just on rails on PlayStation 2, fucking do it.
Yeah.
I want sheets of ice everywhere. And Samuel Jackson telling everyone they're a waste of time.
Perfect.
You're a waste of time. And doing horrible quips like, chill out.
Oh,
Chill the fuck out.
continuing after the events of the game, the sequel titled Incredibles Rise of the Underminer was released in 2005. Rise of the Underminer serves as an alternative sequel to the game, featuring Mr. Incredible and Frozone as playable characters, with the
Co-op.
option of 2-player co-op.
Co-op.
Oh, boy.
I think we should do that, actually.
Let's do it. Right. Some review scores. Where do you think this is going to net out?
The game? Oh, I don't know, actually. Like, I would say it's probably around 6 out of 10.
Oh.
What?
Oh, very good. No, but first we're going to go through the fun ones.
Oh, no.
EGM, 6.33 out of 10.
Nice.
Eurogamer, 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
Famitsu, 29 out of 40.
Fucking hell, Famitsu.
Game Revolution, C.
Fucking arseholes.
GameSpot, 6.1 out of 10.
Okay.
Game Spy, 3.5 stars out of 5.
Oh,
Game
right.
Zone, 7 out of 10.
Hmm.
OPM US, 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
The Synergy Morning Herald.
Come off it.
Oh, sorry, Sydney Morning Herald. I completely misread that. 2.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Metacritic overall 62 out of 100.
Mate,
I'll give you that. You said 6.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
But the thing is, like, that all seems very fair reviews to me. They're all pretty much in that ballpark. They're all pretty average or just over. And that to me makes sense. I think those are all very fair.
Yeah. Sadly, the GBA version got 55 out of 100.
Fucking hell.
Which means we have to give that a go even more.
Oh my God. I'd like to avoid that if I'm honest.
Oh, Game Revolution didn't score it, so we don't have a letter for it. Gutted.
Oh, mate. I bet you, though, it would be like a D+. They'd be rude about it.
Oh, yeah.
But it'd be a D+. It would be a D+. All right.
So, do you think you'd carry on playing this game?
You know what? Like, I wouldn't, but not because it's bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just because, like, I think by the time we'd finished it, I think we'd learned and taken all we could from it. You know, we were leeches on what was already quite a desiccated body. We just took do you know what I mean? We took that last bit of blood. Yeah. And we're like, all right, let's piss off now. Yeah. There's a better feed elsewhere. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same answer again. If lockdown happened again and we were some reason all of us were locked down in one house and we're like, you know what, let's get drunk tonight, and because I have nothing else to do in my time, let's get drunk and play Incredibles. Yes, I would do it again.
You know what though, out of all the games we've said that to, the one which still is the one that I think we will actually do it. Go on, have a think. You know what it's got to be. You know what it's got to be. Come on.
I'm trying to think.
You know what it's got to be. You'll kick yourself when I tell you.
The Crow.
Yes! It is, isn't it? It's The Crow.
That would take so long to complete.
It would take a lifetime, but it'd be worth it.
But I would have been tempted to see the other characters when I'm in my mind. I thought Frozone was playable. Yeah. And now I know that Frozone's not playable. No, I probably wouldn't go back to it, especially after that fucking last helicopter boss fight. That really took the wind out of my sails.
I think that was the thing. We saw it where it was good, and then we saw it where it was bad, and we thought, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm
leave
happy
it there.
with that half an hour. That would do. Yeah.
Anything more, and we'll just start thinking worse and worse of it. There's no point. Let's let it end where it should.
Yes, I agree.
Lovely. So Cool
time. Right, this is actually a bit of a difficult one for me.
Yeah, for me as well, actually.
Okay, I think actually, you know what? I think I have it.
Fucking hell. Let's have a look. I can't quite see. Goodness. So basically, for viewers, for listeners, first of all, those on Acast and other podcasting platforms, please jump over to our YouTube by this point. Mainly so you can watch all of our other stuff. That's pretty key.
That'll be nice.
But especially so you could see the call wall. So we've had quite a few change up recently, especially in our top 5. We've added Final Fantasy VII and Doom in there into our top 5. So our top 5 is looking pretty beefy at the moment.
It's amazing that our top 5 has 2 game to films.
Yeah, I know, which does speak volumes to me. But I don't think the top 5's in any fear, but I don't think the bottom 5 is as well. And I think where the review scores were kicking in.
So we got number 1, Final Fantasy VII, number 2, GoldenEye of the N64, number 3, Alien Resurrection, number 4. I would like to actually go back to that.
Alien Resurrection, yeah.
Number 4, Doom for everything. And number 5 is The Warriors for the PS2. And the bottom 5, just quickly, is... Fucking hell. Number 30 is The Crow. Number 31 is The Mask. 32 is Wayne's World. Number 33 is Powerpuff Girls. Number 34 is Shrek Extra Large. So
you know what? I will be a very happy man when The Crow leaves the top five, the bottom 5.
Fucking hell! I can't believe it's gonna happen.
It will happen. It's got.
So, where are you feeling for Incredibles PS2? Came out in 2004.
Oh, I think I might have it as well.
Well, I personally think. I'd play it over Moonwalker.
Okay.
But maybe not Jurassic Park.
Oh.
So I'm thinking the new 15.
You know what I was thinking? I like it more than Cool Spot, but I loved Action Man.
Action Man was actually very good.
So I was going to put it as the new, what would be the new 16?
Oh, yeah, the new number 16.
Ooh. Who's willing to budge is the question. This is where we need Dan.
Yeah, this is where we need a third voice, isn't it?
And he'll just, you know what Dan would do though? He's so pleasant and nice that he'll just be, well, why don't you just put it twice and say you're both right? And we'll be like, it's not the point, Dan. It's not the point. Yeah. All right. Look, I tell you what. I'll concede. Put it as the new number 15 because in turn I would actually want to play it more than Moonwalker.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well.
But I think I would have wanted Action Man ahead of Moonwalker. I really liked Action Man. Great. There you go. So new number 50, which, you know what? It's just above the middle. So right with the reviews, it's around that 60 out of 100, 6 out of 10. It makes perfect sense. So there you go.
So, not a big question. Is it a cash grab?
Yeah, I think yeah. To be honest. What? You don't think it is?
I'm gutted, but I think it is.
But the thing is, it's not crystal clear.
No, it's a bit of a muddy cash grab.
Yeah, like it's like Finding Nemo. Because Finding Nemo for the PlayStation 2, although it was a cash grab, we did and ah about that because we thought to ourselves, actually they've put in quite a bit of time with like the collectibles you have in levels and actually having like it being a beautifully presented game. And also, like, I was onto something and I've totally blanked. I'm totally fucking blanked. I'm gone. It's like Finding Nemo. That's what I'm trying to say. And we and ah with that. And it is the same thing. It's like, it's not simply there to be used as a way of dragging more money out of this like machine they've got running at the moment. Mm-hmm. It's not purely that, but you can't help but think it being a Pixar tied in game and it also having movie like FMV, having promotional material in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost a 50-50 as to whether it is or isn't, but there's just enough to convince me it is a cash grab.
Yeah, I'd say it's riding the line.
Yeah,
very well, isn't it?
It's a borderline cash grab.
But I think all in all, yes, it does end up as a cash grab.
Sadly. It could have broken the mold, but it didn't break the mold. Tame the mold.
Oh, I'm wondering, right? So the game that changed open worlds.
What the fuck?
GTA 3.
Oh. What year did that come out?
When did that come out?
2002?
Now, 2001.
Oh.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting the Incredibles game to be a Rockstar game because Rockstar are in a league of their own.
Yeah.
They're up there with Naughty Dog. But,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When the Rockstar release a game, the world stops.
It does, yeah.
Sadly,
really does.
When Heavy Iron Studios release a game, the world doesn't stop. But imagine if they tried to release Incredibles
open world,
bit more of an open world.
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable.
It could have been something amazing.
It would have been unbelievable.
Switch between characters. If you got to get somewhere, switch to dash, run.
You know what? Even if it's not open world, but think of Shrek 2.
Oh, so it's like open environments.
Open environment with that co-op way, and you can switch between characters and you can change it up. Like that would have been
That would have been good.
That would have been so much better.
We haven't done Shrek 2 yet, have we?
No, and that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so I think they could have done more, and it would be interesting to see if Rise of the Underminer does do more.
We'll get to that.
Because that would be a fun playthrough. But yes, I feel like they could have done more, and they didn't, sadly.
Yes.
Cash grab.
It's a cash grab. And on that bombshell, we'll call it there. First of all, please like the video. Please subscribe. Please open the little notifications box. Notifications box? What's it called? Description box. And you can check out all of our playlists and other details about our channel. And please, 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 free please is there. You know I'm being serious now. Consider checking out our Patreon and consider becoming a patron. It would mean the world if you could do all of these things or even one of them. Even just click a thumbs up. It takes no time, no effort. Go and do it.
But please subscribe to our YouTube channel, even if you don't watch the YouTube, even if you just like the podcast and listening as you're driving along.
Yeah.
Please just quickly stop in the middle of the road, turn off the engine, because you're not allowed to pick up your phone in England whilst the engine's running.
That's true.
Turn off the engine, put the keys in the glove box.
Oh my God.
Because you're not allowed the keys near you, because it's a crime. Pick up your phone, quickly go on Cash Grab Podcast on YouTube, click subscribe, click yes to the notifications, put the phone back safely, start up your car again, and drive along.
Yeah,
because that would
and then
really
your back
help
wheels
us.
can go over the deer, and then you're away.
Sweet then, aren't you?
Perfect.
So, and we've got an extra sub.
That
so
was
please,
that was amazing, Steph. Well
please
done.
just
Just do it.
help us out.
Yeah, give us your money, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.
See you later.